Shalom, shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are learned the truth of the gospel of Yahweh Shai from. Honest to you brothers that are pushing the gospel of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai in all sincerity, diligence, and truth. And peace and grace and blessings be upon the house of David, which is the elect, the men, women, and children that are predestined to receive salvation and to be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of Israel. It's the brother Itazawam from the Men of Valor camp. So I just wanted to touch on this article. All right, brother had put it in our group chat, and it's it's real spiritual. Because through the spirit I was meditating on a topic, something to speak on. Okay, and I was like trying to find some news articles and things of that nature, but I couldn't really come across anything. So I'm in a group chat with a couple of friends that I have in the world, that I grew up with, and they're one of them just had a baby, and another one just closed on a house today. So both of those things happened today. And, it's a group chat about like 10 or 12 people in it, and everybody's, congratulating everybody. And what's interesting is one of the which was a thumbnail that I have here. One of the people that's in the group chat says, congrats, everyone, 2022 looking good. And then somebody said great. And right when that happened, that's when I got this article that the brother had posted, which you see right here, says breaking news, Russia, quote, exploring options for massive cyber attacks against U.S. All right. And this is something that Biden said, which came out today, March 21st, 2020. All right. And, immediately when I seen this, first, when I was seeing the group chat and I seen everybody, in that spirit, as they said that they were in the days of Noah. And then I seen this, the Lord just had it, everything just connected, because this is what's going to happen to the majority of our people. They're going to be blinded, sidetracked because of the cares of this world. All right. And the things that they got going on in their own bubble. All right. That doesn't stop the prophecies of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and the judgment that the Lord has set forth to come onto this world. Okay, now the scripture says it. Let me get it real quick. In the book of 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, and I'm going to read the article. 2nd Esdras chapter 9, verse 1, it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right. And this is the Lord giving the signs and the tokens unto the prophets. All right. And for the prophets to go out and to warn the hopeful elect so that they can be worthy to escape these things that are coming upon the world. OK. And that's why it's an imperative that even though we have our day to day, things that we gotta, do. All right. Our day to day vexations and struggles and responsibilities that we got to take care of. At the end of it, we always have to make our provisions for the spirit. OK, we always have to be locked in. OK, to the prophecies of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because the Lord is moving. All right. The Lord is acting. And he's doing things that majority of this world is not even mentally prepared for. OK, and that's why even when you go to 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter, when you go to the last verse there, Esdras says, behold, O Lord, now thou hast showed me the multitude of thy wonders, which thou wilt begin to do in the last times. But at what time thou hast not showed me. All right. And that's where he said, in chapter 9, verse 1 and 2, that we have to do what? Measure the times diligently. And if you're measuring the times, that means that you are being active, okay, and that you're being consistent, okay, and being a watchman, all right, and being in tune with the the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which ultimately you can only do that through the Holy Spirit. All right. So we know that the Lord is visiting the earth. Now, one of those visitations that the Lord is going to do is going to be by way of, the economic collapse, which is going to bring in, very tumultuous times upon the masses of these people. All right, because these people are very dependent and very oblivious also to the fact that they they think that this place in the modern, or should I not say modern, but the common course and status quo of their everyday life will never be disrupted, will never be, upheaved. All right. But yet, while they're all, in this mindset of marrying, let me get that scripture real quick. Matthew chapter 24, verse 37. It says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." This is Yahushua red letter speaking. Okay. So the Lord gives us another sign. He gives us another token. But this is only for the ones who are watching, only for the ones who believe. So it says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And we are entering into our spiritual ark. Okay. We're building the spiritual ark right now. All right. By way of what? First and foremost, repenting, coming back to the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and calling upon those names. Pursuant to Proverbs, the 18th chapter, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. Right. Verse 39, it says, "And knew not until the flood came." All right. Although, okay, and the people that I'm in this group chat with, they know, all right, what I'm about. All right. They, like I said, I've been friends with them since, some of them since elementary school, but majority of them, all right, since middle school and high school. So they know, what I've, since I've been in the truth, what I have been, speaking about. Of course, when you become a prophet, the first people that you tell are people that personally. As, the Lord said that a prophet is not honored, but the prophet is not honored in his own country. All right. Meaning amongst the people that he knows, he's not going to be looked at as being a prophet. All right. And we all, the brothers that have been teaching for a while. All right. Starting with the elders, of course, and on down. We all have that same experience. All right. Of people that we know personally don't look at what we speak. All right. As something of value. OK. So it says, verse 39, it says, "And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." Right. And these are signs of the coming of the Son of Man. So they're not even realizing of the potential of a massive cyber attack that is about to take place. OK, because they're too busy engulfed in their in their cares of this world. Let me get that real quick. And that's one of my favorite scriptures, because this is the literal reason why majority of people are going to get caught, slipping. They're going to get caught, with their hand in the cookie jar, because they didn't do what? Take heed unto themselves. Luke 21, verse 34. "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that day come upon you unawares." All right. Now, going into this article, which I'm not going to read the whole thing. It says President Joe Biden on Monday today issued a warning that the Russian government is preparing widespread cyber attacks against the United States. Now, whether or not this is will be a F, a F flag, okay, or whether or not this is something that is, being orchestrated on the world stage. All right, because we do know that that Russia, all right, Putin was also amongst the members of the World Economic Forum, which they're the ones who came out and basically said that there's going to be a massive cyber attack, all right, which is going to make the image look like a small blimp of disruption, okay, or whether or not this is something that Russia in itself is really going to do in retaliation. All in all, this is something that we can clearly see is going to take place. The how it's set up isn't really a issue. It's the a reaction. All right, it's the problems that is going to come from this massive cyber attack. All right, which that is going to not just be something that is going to mess up somebody, economically, but they can attack the power grid. They can attack the water grid. Okay, they can attack the internet. All right, which like I said before is going to cause mass hysteria, man. To the likes of which has never been since in Babylon, since there's been a nation, as Yahweh Shai said, that the time of tribulation is going to come, that has never been on the earth. Okay, so reading on, it says Biden said that President Vladimir Putin would be responding to the administration's crippling sanctions amidst Putin's invasion of Ukraine. So he's speaking as if he already knows that this is something that is going to take place. Okay, he said that they're preparing a widespread cyber attacks against the United States and Russia. Putin has said before, or maybe somebody in his administration said, basically, if these sanctions that America is doing, that Russia was going to respond, and it wasn't going to be a symmetrical response, meaning that it wasn't going to be an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth. Okay, it's going to be something that is going to go above what is the sanctions that Russia is doing to America. Okay, which once again, this is going to be the catalyst that these elites, all right, the wicked rulers of the darkness of this world are going to use in order to implement and bring forth that fourth industrial revolution, which is going to be tied to the MOTB. Okay, something that once again through the Spirit we have been preaching and warning about. All right, because these words are written. And as Yahweh, let me get that. As Yahweh told Esdras in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people," okay, which is who we go and warn to. All right, it says, "Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Okay, so these words are the prophetic words of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, are written. Okay, and we are going out there and prophesying it. Because why? Because they are faithful and true. So none of these words are going to fail. Okay, it is also written that what? His word does not come back to him void. So everything written is written to be accomplished. All right, so let's read on. It says, this is Biden speaking, "I have previously warned about the potential that Russia could conduct malicious cyber activity against the United States." All right, against the United States, President Joe Biden said in a statement, including as a response to the unprecedented economic costs we've imposed on Russia alongside our allies and partners, it's part of Russia's playbook. Today, my administration is reiterating those warnings based on evolving intelligence that the Russian government is exploring options for potential cyber attacks. All right. And once again, they talked about this 2 years ago, warned that a cyber attack was imminent, set up a stage, set up a cause for those cyber attacks, namely this whole event, which is happening here now over there in Ukraine. What the hell? Okay. And then use that event to have this cyber attack happen. And then they can do what? Blame Russia for this. And then say, well, because this current system is now compromised, we have to bring in this digital system. All right. And when you go into the Slovakia, when you go into the forum, or it was like a not a forum, it was a damn, what's the word I'm looking for? It was a dialogue, for lack of a better word, that the World Economic Forum came out with back in February, and they basically said that the future that they're looking for is going to be completely digital. All right, but they need a reason to bring in this digital system. All right, hey, and tomorrow is 3/22/22. All right, that which we know that is a high witchcraft day or number numerology that these elites on the left hand side be working with. So marvel not, man. And we're in the month of the god of war. All right, Martius. Okay, which you have these elites. They still do certain sacrifices and things on certain days and months, going back to their the Romans and the Greeks. Okay, so this is why we have to be consistently and always upon our watch, man. Reading on, it says, from day one, my administration has worked to strengthen our national cyber defenses, mandating extensive cybersecurity measures for the federal government and those critical infrastructure sectors where we have authority to do so, the banks, all right, these other different private sector companies, all right, certain hospitals, right, the energy companies, where your PSE&G, which we got over here on the East Coast, okay. It says in those critical infrastructure sectors, which we have authority to do so, in creating innovative public-private partnerships and initiatives to enhance cybersecurity across all of our critical infrastructure. Right, because they can use this and then bring in the public sector, which is the federal government, all right, to take over these private sectors, and that goes into what they deemed the World Economic Forum deemed what? You will own nothing and be happy, because they can just transfer all of the private sectors to the federal government, or aka the public sector, right? So it says, Congress has partnered with us on these efforts. We appreciate the members of Congress worked across the aisle to require companies to report cyber incidences to United States government. My administration will continue to use every tool to deter, disrupt, and if my administration will continue to use Salakia, I guess that was a typo, and if necessary, respond to cyber attacks against critical infrastructure. So, like I said, see, these elites, man, they're trying to play the Most High. So they're trying to say things before it happens, right? We always mention the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. So they're trying to be like the Most High and telegraph, what is about to happen. So then when it does happen, they can say, oh, we prepared, we told you this was going to happen. We know who did it, and we know how to solve it. And the way to solve it is to move to this fourth industrial revolution, digital currency, all right, which we're going to have the MOTB as the medium of exchange. All right, hey, the scriptures tells you, man, that what? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We can see right through this, but only reason why we can see it is because the Lord has given us a spirit to see, the eyes to see. Because just as how I'm seeing this and I'm speaking it, and the ones of you brothers and sisters that are listening, you're hearing it and seeing it and understanding it. You got people on the other side, all right, that I'm, like I said, that I know, that I'm in a group chat with. Their minds is totally far removed from this, man. They're thinking that, they got time to buy, they got their new house, all right, they got their children, their newborn babies that they're about to just watch grow up and have a great life, and they're trying to, set up a future for them. But there is no, that future is not looking too good, man. All right. That future that you're thinking, that you're expecting, is not going to come to fruition, because the word and the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is what's going to stand. Okay, so now let me go back to Matthew 24, verse 42. It says, watch therefore, for ye not know what hour your Lord doeth come. All right. And we don't know the hour. We don't know the day, but we know the season. All right. We know the signs. And that's why we have these signs. And that's why we are constantly watching for these things, because these signs let us know that that these days, all right, the days of trouble, the days of Jacob's trouble, the days of calamity, the days of woes are nigh, man. They're near. So with that understanding, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holiness and conversation? What type of mindset are you supposed to be in if you're privy to what's about to go down? If you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear what the Lord is about to do, right? So it says, verse 43, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Okay. And that's who we are hoping to be, those good men, all right, that is doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in sincerity and in truth, so that we are not caught off guard. Okay. So that we are not, caught unawares in this snare that's coming upon this whole world. And it says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. All right. So when you think, that's why it says, oh, you also must be ready at all time. All right. We always got to stay ready. The saying goes, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. All right. But these people in this world, they're not ready, man, because they are caught up, entangled with the cares of this world. And once that time comes, all right, their whole life is going to shatter right before their eyes, man. And they're going to bug the hell out. Pursuant to Isaiah 33:6, wisdom, knowledge, understanding shall be the stability of our times. What do we have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of? Of what? The prophecies of the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and also knowing how to escape these things, right? We know how to escape it. It's by what? Let's get it. It's by our faith and by our works. 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, verse, where were we? 2nd Ezra 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. All right. And we believe it, man. We believe that the Lord is about to judge this world, man. And he's about to send his son back to set up righteousness on this earth. And that's what we desire, man. Okay. That's what we can't wait for. That's what we are hastening. And we just hope and pray that our diligence and our faithfulness to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will be found worthy to escape these things that are coming, because they are 144% coming, man. All right. And we see it, and they're talking about it in your everyday news. So, hey, you got to get ready. Okay. Hey, and don't be too tied to the things of this world, because that's why a lot of people want to take that charagma, because they're not going to be able to let go. They're too attached to this world, but we're not of this world. All right. Let me read this last thing. It says, if you have not already done so, I urge your private sector partners to harden your cyber defenses immediately by implementing the best practices we have developed together over the last year. Yeah, and those practices that they're talking about they developed, they know that they got that's Swiss cheese, man, because ultimately these elites, they're all in cahoots. They know exactly what's going to come. They know how to attack it. All right, they do their simulations. They run their simulations internationally wide, okay, so that they can have this thing collapse. And the people, all right, the masses of the people are going to be the ones that are going to be in a pitiful case, man. So it says, you have the power, the capacity, and the responsibility to strengthen the cybersecurity and resilience of critical services and technologies on which Americans rely. We need everyone to do their part to meet one of our defining threats of our time. Your vigilance and urgency today can prevent or mitigate attacks tomorrow. And once again, that's all fluff talk, okay? Because they They're the ones that's planning this. That's why they know. Okay? So, hey, with that, I just wanted to bring this out. Lord willing, it's edifying unto the elect. Till next time, shalom.